up, guys? Day 11. I am back. Now I stuck a pin. Remember we said stick a pin? I'm going to come back, pick up from where we had left off. There was something I had forgot. We had said, wait, before we get started, housekeeping rules. Shout out to Jamaican Sweet Tooth Coconut Drops. Oh my God. These are delicious. Don't ask me how to make them. I don't bake, but if you ever see these coconut drops, they're the devil. They were delicious. I don't know what happened. I ate like one, two. Almost ate the whole bag. Oh my God. But today's sponsor is Coconut Drops. I want to say a little shout out to just a few people. Of course, Sharon Crawford. She was always the sponsor. Greg Jones TV. Let me see. There were a couple of other people on here. Let me see. I didn't want this thing. Okay. I don't have the screen up. Sorry, guys. But just shout out to everybody who's been commenting, liking, sharing. It's been growing. So it's actually been fun. So listen, let's get into it. Before we had left off, I said Uncle Paulie, right? I had to speak of Uncle Paulie. What is Uncle Paulie's legal name? What is his legal name? I was trying to find out if he ever went to jail, if he was arrested, because I told you he was doing the essay with the girl, Naomi Ganev. So whatever. Remember the girl, the young girl that was in Europe and she was essaying. She was an intern at Sony Music. She was running girls through perks with Uncle Paulie, who's with Diddy. This was years ago. And I was trying to figure out, like, whatever happened to him? Did he ever go to jail or anything? It says. And do you know Uncle Paulie was a character's name in The Soprano? That's hilarious. While there's no evidence suggesting that Uncle Paulie was in jail, there's information about a bodyguard nicknamed Uncle Paulie. So he was the bodyguard, worked for Diddy, former assistant named Capricorn Clark. Paul Oxford. Okay, that's it. I found his government. Paul Offord, Offord, reportedly took Diddy's former assistant role. They get into the whole thing with the jewelry, the lie detector test, and the testimony. No charges against Uncle Paulie. There's no indication. And provided contact that Uncle Paulie has been arrested or charged with crimes. If they can even find him, who knows? I just know a couple other people in Diddy's camp were arrested, in the past for like drugs and things like that. So it's funny. So they're moving on. Before we get started. All right, let's get some comedy. I'm rambling, guys. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Let's get some comedy going. I saw this on Instagram and I thought it was funny. I was like, okay, I'm going to share this with you guys. You guys, this AI is getting
glistening like a disco ball. I'm gonna go have to teach your little boyfriend a lesson.
Stop forcing me to do all these things I want to do.
Don't know.
I gotta start it from the beginning. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go.
Cuddy. Hey, yo, you telling me you cheating on me with a fake skater?
Huff, listen, I can explain. Don't flip out.
Can't stop, won't stop, huh, Cassie? Now you're gonna date a dude who wears a wedding dress just to go to Starbucks? Ain't no more freak-offs for you.
Huff, please relax. How about I call the Punisher over and rub his man milk all over your chest again?
Hey, yo, check this out. Don't you ever say his name around me unless you got baby oil all over your body, glistening like a disco ball. I'm gonna go have to teach your little boyfriend a lesson.
Stop forcing me to do all these things I want to do.
Don't nobody get to sleep with my girl unless I get to watch.
Okay, but did he say anything about Tupac?
Dang, nice crib, Cuddy. I think you won't mind if I take a look around.
I'm gonna sue him in 10 years when I run out of money.
Oh, hell no, we gotta break up.
I'm gonna have to teach you a little lesson for going behind my back.
What you mean my car on fire?
That's what you get for not drinking any Ciroc. Bad boy, baby.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go talk to him. Day and night. Hey, yo, Puff, what is wrong with you?
Hey, yo, you think I wasn't gonna find out, Playboy?
What?
That you was banging my girl without letting me see.
Gross.
You think that's cool? You let her ride the baloney pony? Let her see that skin steak? But what about Diddy?
What about my car?
I don't know what you talking about, Kid Cudi. Hey, yo, you telling me?
That was crazy, guys. Were you laughing? I was cracking out. I was like, I gotta play this. AI is crazy. So we should be already caught up, right? So yesterday, he just made a whole little movie for you right there. I don't have to go back to anything. If you're not, it's day 11. The prosecution's on. They're laying the pipe work. They said they're going to close it down. They don't need 6 weeks. They need 5 weeks. We are in week 3 of a 5-week trial. Means we have 2 weeks. They're lining it up, guys. They're lining it up. Congratulations to Cassie. I heard she gave birth to her baby boy. Congratulations to her and her husband, Michael Fine, baby number 3. Very, very nice. Diddy, the defense is killing me. Every minute they're like, objection. Agnifilo, excuse me. Objection. You just objection. That's right. You getting $10 million. You better object. And then they gotta go sidebar. And you know the judge of room does not like Diddy's defense team, and he don't like Diddy. I think he would definitely give him life. I think he would come down with the hammer with her. He does not like him. All that stuff he had to hear about golden showers and all this other stuff, and forget about Capricorn yesterday. And then every other minute, Brian Steele, mistrial. Every day's a mistrial. And you know, Judge Arun's like, stop it. Stop your shenanigans. This is not a mistrial. When I find out that there's evidence for a mistrial, I'll let you know. Right? So now you know, right? Before we get into this, let's see what Suge Knight. Before I move forward to what happened today with the fire department, let's go back because Suge Knight did a recap about what Capricorn had to say. Suge Knight is hilarious, having his own podcast, from prison. But I do you guys think, let me know about it in the comments. First of all, hit a like button. Do you think that they'll do a prisoner swap? I don't know. I'm feeling like if Diddy comes in, Suge Knight's gonna go out. I'm feeling that energy because he's very cocky. He's super happy. He's like, I've been in prison a decade. I never had a bad day. I'm like, interesting. What kind of prison you're in? I would be having a bad day every day in prison. Okay, let's see what TMZ, who's biased, because we all know Diddy controls the media. He controls TMZ and he controls the Breakfast Club.
So Capricorn says that she was essentially threatened with death when Diddy found out that she had worked with you. So how it feels like this was a war that involved, getting rid of people almost. I mean, that's the way I'm receiving it. What about you?
I mean, anytime somebody don't want to face somebody, it always, the next plan is 2 things that happen. Either they send you to prison or they kill you. Well, I'm not dead. Been shot a lot of times, but I am in prison. So,
Suge, you spoke with Capricorn after Diddy allegedly threatened her. So did you speak to her about that? And what did she say about it?
Well, once again, without throwing her under the bus, she felt scared. She felt afraid. And she felt that she was pressured.
But what did she say? What did she say about the threats, Suge?
She felt she was helpless. I think she was looking for help.
Wow. Okay.
And somebody I know who's really been knowing that we have 2 kids with is her best friend.
Was she concerned for her safety? I mean, did she think this was a hollow threat, or did she think Diddy would make good on it when she talked to you?
She thought he'd make good on it.
Did you talk to her after, or did she ever talk to you about the lie detector test? She's testified this morning that at some point they, being people at Bad Boy, not Diddy himself, but people who work for him, made her take a lie detector test. And when she said, well, what if I don't pass it? She said, well, they suggested that she would end up in the East River. Did you speak to her after that? Were you aware of that?
Well, everybody's talk, I was aware of that, of the conversation, but I didn't look at it to judge it one way or the other. But you got to understand something, Harvey. Death Row and Bad Boy is more closer than people would think.
Okay, Suge, we so appreciate
don't know, guys. I think TMZ's biased. I think Diddy's got TMZ on the payroll. I think Harvey Levine is friends with one of Diddy's attorneys in the civil lawsuit. I mean, you just got it. The media is very, like, controlled. Suge sounds very confident that Diddy's going to get off. And Suge's like, he's going to either get a presidential pardon, he's going to pay off a juror, or it was a third thing. People might just look at the celebrity status. How could someone so charming that I grew up with, that was so talented, that had so much, he was so kind, and he did schools, and he did charity, and the Million Man, they need to get someone on trial to talk about people with split personalities, or a sociopath, a split personality, that they can be very charming, like a Bill Cosby, or maybe a R. Kelly. And then on the other side, they can have these demonic multiple personalities. So Suge Knight said he thinks he's going to walk. He said, did he sit in jail? He ain't worrying about nothing. He's going to get a presidential pardon, or he's going to pay off a juror. And he did that with the New York nightclub, right? He was paying people to come in to be a witness and testify that he did not enter, with the bang bang. Well, we all know that they said J-Lo had the bang bang. And he made the reports disappear. So they say that they say that Diddy's head of security was a fixer, right? They also said the fire department came in. Let me get you caught up. So the fire department came in. He said, I've done hundreds of fires. Hundreds. They found a black Escalade, a Cadillac Escalade at the scene that looked suspicious, and they ran the license plate. And when they ran the license plate, it was attached to Bad Boy International. Bad Boy International Enterprise. That's what so check off that batch. Ching! Because I was saying, if I was on the team, where I would pull the GPS of the car and see if the car was at Diddy house. We don't have to do GPS because the police saw the truck there, and they saw the plates, and they wrote the plates, and they ran the license plate, and it came into court today with the paperwork. Okay? So that's a win for the prosecution. So they're saying now that the head of the fire department said he had fingerprints from when they bombed Kid Cudi's car with the motel. Someone with a lighter, they found that someone cut the rooftop of his Porsche, opened it up, had a 40 Old English. Let me show you what it looks like. Wow. I be coming with my pictures. Here go AI. Okay, here we go. I'm going to break it down, guys. So this was December 22nd, Diddy breaks in the house, him and his goons. He opens up the Christmas presents, finds a Chanel or a Gucci bag. He throws the dog in the bathroom, right? And then he's calling, come over, bring Cassie. Capricorn gets in the SUV with the bang bang. They go to get Cassie, and then there was 3 different stories after that either Kid Cudi came and then he ran, or he came with the police, or Diddy told him to leave. I don't know. There's 3 different stories, which they say in a trial that's going to happen. That's normal to get 3 different versions of the story. I know me and a friend could be on a vacation, have the same exact experience. I love it. She hates it. He likes it. I don't. It'll happen. You're going to have 3 different versions of the story, and that's okay. But he had this person, you see this picture right there, a 40-ounce Old English. This is what the fire department testified. They said someone took a knife. They cut the top of the convertible of the Porsche. I'm a visual learner, guys, and I know you guys are probably, some are listening, some are seeing, so I tried to put both because I only learn by sight. I do not learn by sound. So let's go. They had the fire department testified today, day 8 of the Diddy trial, that someone came. They said the DNA was her partial female. Now, don't we have male and female DNA in us? We have both sexes. We're unisex, right? We have some male, some female. If the female's the dominant, you come out a woman. If the male's the dominant, you come out a man. Right? So they said they found a partial female fingerprint. Partial. But there were other fingerprints they found too. They found Kid Cudi. So someone allegedly not allegedly, they did. Someone cut the top of the Porsche. So there were 3 cars on the scene. There were 2 cars beside the Porsche and the Porsche, but the Porsche was the closer to the house. So they meant to throw the OE in the car, blow up the car, and then let that catch fire and burn down his house. That's what the fire department, he said, I have investigated hundreds of fires. He said this could have started the next LA fire. And Diddy's team, Agnifilo, whatever, he's like, objection. This was a little fire. Thank God, because what had happened was they cut the top of the Porsche open. They had the 40-ounce OE, and this is hilarious because, guys, I'm from the Bronx. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen guys on the corner drinking the 40-ounce OE. So me being from the Bronx, listen, Diddy's from Harlem. He grew up in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's only like 10 minutes from me. I'm a 70s baby. He's a 70s baby. I'm hip hop. He's hip hop. So once I heard the 40-ounce OE, I was like, say no more. I rest my case. You see this? Case dismissed. I would have been right here with the judge. Yeah, I bought my javelin. My family thought it was crazy. They were like, what are you doing with that? I was like, leave me alone. When I heard 40 ounce, and if you guys are from New York, y'all are from the Bronx, Brooklyn, y'all already know the 40. He did it with the Gucci, with the designer hanky. Look at this picture. The OE with the designer says Diddy all over it. But okay, he didn't do it. So someone I guess they put gasoline. I don't know. I don't do arson. They filled it up with gasoline. They had the OE. They took the knife. They sliced the top of the roof. They lit the hanky, the Gucci, Fendi, Louis, whatever. They lit it on fire. And luckily enough, thank God, when they went to drop the 40 ounce, which is pretty big, the handkerchief, because I guess they didn't push it down deep enough, the handkerchief fell off and the liquid spilled out. So did it catch a fire? Yes, but it didn't like boom, bomb like they had anticipated. But cars have gasoline. That could have been worse. So the fire department testified they found a burnt lighter next to the car. I don't know if it was put there as a plan on purpose, intentionally, or it fell. We don't know. Long story short, now the fireman who's testifying says, I have fingerprints that I submitted because it happened 2 weeks later, but I want to go now to LAPD, to the police department, because my job is to cross-reference the fingerprints from the Porsche to the fingerprints at Kid Cudi's house, the alleged day of the break-in. So the break-in happened, with Diddy and Capricorn and Ruben, the driver or security guard, happened on December 22nd, 2011, 3 days before Christmas. And 2 weeks later, a car bombing happened. So this fireman, it was like early 2012. Let's say January 2012, he goes to LAPD. Hey, I need the finger card record so I could cross-reference. It's gone. What do you mean it's gone? Case dismissed. Arson. Hello? You got a mole in the LAPD. Diddy was paying somebody in the LAPD, was paying them on the payroll to cover up his crimes. Rico. Are you guys following me? Are you here? Are you there? I'm here. Where are you? Are you still Harlem shaking? What are you still with Mace Harlem doing the Harlem Shake? It was all a dream. Singing Biggie Smalls. What are you guys at? Connect the dots. So the prosecution was like, has that ever happened before? Never. How could you get rid of evidence without the detective signing off on it? Or you can't? This is giving me Chris Lighty vibes. I've cried. I knew Chris Lighty, okay? And I've cried. He has come to me in my dreams and I have cried. I'm getting personal right now. I really shouldn't say this, but I have cried. I've heard voices in my head and saying, I didn't do this. But this was like the same with Chris Lighty, with 57 was like, I'm going to pay this money, open it up. You can't open, that protection. You can't open the case with the bang bang. You can't not open the case. You could open up the case, but you cannot see, touch, witness the bang bang. The bang bang is allegedly sealed if it's there. So it's the same thing with this. Like, whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. The fireman's like, okay, I'm coming to do my job. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Thinking, I want to see these fingerprints. They're gone. Destroyed. Guys, there's a mole in the LAPD. Well, shouldn't I have cops on the payroll with in Vegas, in LA? And it's nothing new, right? Should be surprised. It should just surprise you. It's not surprising me. It's not surprising me. So let's go through this. Indictment section, listed crimes, RICO predicate. The jury of 12 has to find 2 RICO predicates without a shadow of a doubt. Indictment section 13A, kidnapping plus variations. That's a listed crime. Kidnapping. That's what Capricorn Clark testified yesterday. Said Diddy and his goons put her in a black Escalade with a bang bang, and they held her for 5 days. They kidnapped her and make her take 2 lie detector tests because he had loaner jewelry from Jacob the jeweler, who went to jail. Jacob the jeweler, look it up, Google it. He went to jail too for money laundering. I'm not surprised. Every rapper, I'm at Jacob the jeweler. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They rapping. You know, you're doing things illegal. Why you gonna rap about it? Anyway, Jacob the jeweler. So he had 3 pieces of diamonds. 3 maybe diamond chains, whatever. I didn't think he'd be on a loaner, but he was on a loaner. And when she went to the airport, the bag was gone. So of course he was like, if I find out this thing is missing, we're throwing you in the East River. So that's kidnapping. They only got to find 2 without a shadow of a doubt. Next up, indictment 13B, arson plus attempted conspiracy is arson. Here we go. The fire department just said someone intentionally cut open the Porsche, threw in the motel cocktail, it caught fire, and they were trying to blow up the car to blow up the house because it was the closest car to the house. That would be arson. But remember, Kid Cudi says someone moved his security camera. But they also proved that the fire department said a black Escalade was there and they ran the license plate. And like I said, it was Bad Boy International. 13C, bribery of a witness, attempt to conspiracy, bribery. Okay, bribery in an international hotel in California when the security guard, the security in the hotel testified that he saw on witness that that there was a fight between a man and woman. When he went there, Diddy gave him a paper bag of $100,000 not to release the tape. That's bribery. This guy was an honest guy. He went on to be what? He's a cop now, LAPD. He said, no, I don't want your money. And they suppressed that tape for 10 years. And that's why Cassie sued, and she got awarded $10 million. Because I think the onus of the hotel was probably their responsibility to protect, was probably to call the police and make a police report. I believe that's what the hotel was supposed to do. And that's why they found negligent. And I guess the their insurance policy paid that money. Right? Following me? Make sense? So she got $10 million from the hotel in the bribe. And that guy was like, no. And that's a good thing he didn't take that money because, that's dirty money. All money is not good money. That's dirty money. That was an honest guy. He was like, I don't want your $100,000. And they suppressed, I think, and I heard CNN. Hold up. I heard CNN had that tape for 10 years. Is that true? Do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. I hope I'm not sitting here talking to I'm up here talking to myself. Hey guys, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys think that CNN had that tape for 10 years? Or you think they just got it? It's hard to say, guy. Okay, 13B. Witness tampering. Oh, he did that too. Witness tampering, obstruction of justice. I already hit 1, 2, 3, 4 predicates and they only need 2. That's why he was denied bail. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Guilty. He was doing payload. He learned that stuff from Clive Davis. He was in there doing payola. Canned fish, canned mackerel. I put money on your commissary. You could get $150 a day in your commissary because he was using other. Brooklyn. He's a hustler from Harlem. He was using everybody else's. Sorry for eating. everybody else's phone card to call his kids, his minions, the diddlers, and then the kids were gonna three-way call the witness. He called Dawn like, what was it, 58 times? Don't testify, don't testify. Don't. And the judge was like, not having it. He was like, bail denied. They jammed him up. Honestly, guys, let me stick a pin. Stick a pin, as they say in yard. Let me stick a pin. Let me calm down because I get excited, right? I lost my thought. I didn't lose my thought. I was like, wait, it's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me. I get excited. He had his kids doing all his shenanigans and his mother, and he tried to give $50 million to the judge. And all of his kids' passports and his mother's passport. And the judge was like, no, he was jammed up. Now, if you were Diddy, hey, guys, guess what? 2 years ago, he was worth $1 billion. He sat on Cassie's lawsuit for 6 months. He had it for 6. His ego was so big. He was like, she's weak. She's little. She ain't going to do nothing. Boom. That lawsuit came out. It was on CNN. Settled 24 hours for $20 million because he got not a civil lawyer, a criminal lawyer, and was like, make it go away because he's going to be in trouble. That's why we're here talking about this case today. But my point is, guys, let me know in the comments. I'm so serious. If you was Diddy, would you have just walked into jail? Was he high? I think he was high. He just went to New York, was like, I'm going to get bail. I have an ankle bracelet. I already got my apartment in New York. He was in the hotel with the heater and the baby oil and the $9,000 cash with some woman. Like, hey, yo. He got mansions and don't live in his mansions. I think what happens, I'm going to give you my own personal opinion because I was on the road for 3 years with a bunch of rappers in the 90s. And what happens is it becomes a pattern. You're on the plane, you're on the bus, you're sleeping on the bus, you're sleeping on the hotel. Blah, blah, blah. I think what happens is that when you sit home, when you come off tour and you sit home, you go through withdrawal, you go through depression. That's why one of the guys from New Edition, I think it was Ricky, he said he started doing cocaine and he wound up in rehab. And, because of that withdrawal, because it's a high, you get all these attentions from the fans. Give me your autograph, give me your proper, and then you fall into a real depression when you're off the road. I think Diddy never wanted that. He never wanted to grow up like the Peter Pan syndrome. Like what you was doing in your 20s is fun. You're about to be a grandfather, you're 50, 60, you're still trying to keep up with the kids and the young Miamis and try to be relevant. So he's like, I don't want to be in the house. I constantly want to be like a rock star. I want to be in a hotel and have service. I think he just lives in a hotel. Just lives in a hotel. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to digress. Let's go on. But if you had, let's say 500 million, let's say you have would you dip? I'm in Miami. Let me tell you, I would have went right down to the Key West. I would have called somebody with a canoe. I would have dumped my phones. I would have took that canoe right to Cuba. Ain't that how Afeni Shakur dipped allegedly she shot up the cops and she dipped to Cuba and lived her best life? Rest in peace, Afeni Shakur. He could have got a canoe, went to Cuba, and then dipped off the Bali. Like, wait, he walked into prison, and now he's jammed out, might never get out. I don't know, but a lot of y'all are telling me, like, my circle of influence. Let me use the right word. My circle of influence, they're like, they think he's going to walk. The diddler. They're like, he's going to walk. But anyway, I digress. Let me go back. ADD is kicking in. Let me go back. What are you guys up to? I want to know about you guys. What are you guys up to? I did get a couple of comments. Next time I come on, I'm going to read everybody. I'm going to read it. I'm going to address everybody's comments. Thank you. Witness stand. Okay, so we had kidnapping, Capricorn Clark, arson, Kid Cudi's car, bribery, the security at an international hotel that he gave $100,000 in the back, witness tampering, forced labor. The chef is going to come on. She didn't testify yet. All of his assistants said they were working 20-hour days, 4 to 2 hours sleep, even on the weekends. Even Capricorn said she was only making $55,000. She brought it to HR. They were like, we owe you $80,000 when this is indictment number 13E, forced labor. And then Diddy, when she brought it to Diddy, hey, you owe me 80,000. He tore it up. That don't mean he went like this, guys. 1, 2, 3. Here's your 80,000. Have a nice life. Bye bye. Bye bye. Don't you remember when Ethiopia? She was the head of Motown. Let's pull up her picture. Like I said, visual learner. Ethiopia, head of Motown Records. Guys, what I try to do here is connect the dots, put the puzzle together. That's all I try to do. Put the. I go back, I go forward. I go back, I go forward. I go. You know what I mean? I try to make it make sense. Okay, here she goes. Universal Music Group. Let's talk about this lady for a minute. Damn, why did I make the picture so? Okay, here we go. Let me share this with you today, everybody. Okay, here's Ethiopia. She's president of Universal Music Group, a co-president or something. Worked her way up. You could Google her, look it up her bio. But I remember the Fed saying they had a videotape of her constantly going to Diddy's house, I think on Star Island, with bags of cash. When is your boss? My boss has never came to my house. First of all, I'd be offended if my boss came to my house. But if any of my bosses ever came to my house with a bag of cash, I'd be like, what is this? Just put it in my bank account. Like, you got my direct deposit. You got a corporate contract with me. You hired me. You got my banking information. Just put it in my bank, right? She would come up with bags of cash. They was trying to say that Universal Music Group was funding the monies for the parties. Not the FOs, but the white parties. And I don't know if Diddy was money laundering or whatever, but they were selling a lifestyle. When a new artist comes up, there's like Jay-Z, there's 50 Cent, there's Diddy. There's all these labels, kind of like when you're in the trying to come out of high school, college, get into the NBA, and the scouts are coming for you. And I think what Diddy's angle was, I'm gonna rob you. You're never really gonna have any money, but I'm gonna give you the jets. I'm gonna give you a lifestyle, a glam squad, jewelry. I'm gonna get loaners of jewelry and diamonds from Jacob the Jewelry. I'm gonna put you on my black jet. You're gonna be on the yacht. You just heard Mary J. Blige the other day. Misa Hilton was saying, "Oh, Mary, you trying to take Votto from me by taking him out on the yachts and exclusive lifestyle, cars, jewelry, fashion. Come to the Met Gala, tickets to the Met Gala." So it was I think a lot of people kind of were attracted to Bad Boy. Not that they thought they were going to get robbed. And now I'm not saying that other labels because we know like Prince, Whitney, all the greats, they all got robbed too. But what Diddy was trying to present a lifestyle, and this woman right here, Ethiopia, allegedly was paying Diddy or giving him money for this lifestyle. Now, what he was doing with that cash, whether it was for workers or rugs, I don't know. So that was a little sidebar. So let's go back to the indictments. Essay, indictment 13F, essay, that was part of Cassie, I guess, because when she tried to get away, she couldn't. The workers, prostituti, indictment 13G, we already had 2 out of 13. There's 13. They already put the 13 men that were out there. And everything else. You guys see it right here. So Diddy has been a busy diddler. Wouldn't you agree? He's been busy. So I'm going to try and get you all caught up. Diddy also threatened to have Cassie's parents fired from their jobs. I do believe that they did take numerous, Roger Bonds did admit that on Vlad TV, that Cassie's mother and father did take trips from Diddy over the years. They accepted it. Also, when Diddy got Cassie her first apartment in Manhattan, they were there. And then he wound up getting her a second apartment in LA. And then I believe that Cassie eventually wound up getting her own apartment, I think with her own money. I heard she used to make $1 million a year modeling, maybe, I don't know. And I thought it was very interesting that Capricorn testified yesterday. They asked her, who's up in the hotel once a week? And she said, Kim Porter, rest in peace. She said Kim was up there once a week and that Cassie would fly in and either stay with Diddy at his place or wherever, or Kid Cudi. What a mess. So, what do you guys think about this mole in the LAPD? Because, actually, it was Little Rod's lawsuit that gave the feds access to the keys to get the warrant to do the raid. And you guys know, last week I went on my life, there was a secret raid. I'm gonna get you guys caught up. There was a secret raid last week at Diddy's second home on Star Island. He has two. And remember, his son was rapping about, oh, the feds are stupid. They ran up in the wrong house. He didn't go to the house with all the evidence. So I think what happened, there was another civil suit for $7 million and two underage with Farnsworth Bentley. And I think that triggered the judge or the government to do a second raid on the house. What they found, I don't know, but guys, it was very secret. It wasn't on the news. It wasn't on TMZ. It wasn't on the Breakfast Club. It was actually a neighbor. A neighbor was seeing it and recording it and posted it. So anyway, do you guys think that Little Rod said in his lawsuit that the head of security was a fixer? What do you guys think? Yes? No? Okay, let's see. Let me share my screen. Here we go, right here. This was filed February 2024. 73 pages. Rodney Jones, plaintiff, Sean Combs, Justin Dior Combs, Ethiopia Haberman. Here she is right there. Ethiopia. This is what opened up the feds to get a warrant to raid Diddy's house. Lucian Grain, Christina Coram, KK, Chief of Staff, Callus Recording Studios, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Combs Global Enterprise, ABC Corporations, John and Jane Doe. I don't know if ABC Corporations maybe owns Universal Music Group. I'm not sure. But he said that the head of security is a fixer. And he also talked about LAPD. LAPD. Fahim Mohammed. Mr. Combs instructed his staff to always contact Mr. Mohammed if they ever pulled up over by the police in Miami or in California. Now, the fire in Kid Cudi's car happened in California. We're trying to figure out what happened to the missing fingerprints at the break-in at Kid Cudi's house. Upon information believed, Mr. Muhammad spoke to the LAPD after G was shot at CRS. So there was a studio in California. There was some artist named G that got shot in the bathroom. He put the photos. I am not putting them up here. The LAPD was CRS and witnessed the blood in the restroom. And they went with a bogus claim that the shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. They lied. Diddy pulled out his bang bang, shot G allegedly in the studio in LA. They took him and threw him outside with the homeless people, even though the recording studio has so much security, glass, everything, and said he got shot outside. That was the cover up. So they're saying that he has someone internally from LAPD that covered it up. Is it Mr. Fahim Muhammad? Let's connect the dots. Mr. Jones had no reason to disbelieve Mr. Combs, as he had seen firsthand through the shooting of G and the subsequent silence of the LAPD and the media that Mr. Combs indeed had the power to harm him. The LAPD spent hours in CRS after shooting of G, where there was no arrest. Mr. Jones witnessed the LAPD in the restroom picture above, yet no arrests were made. The morning after the shooting of Mr. Jones and several others arrived, CRS, G's blood was still on the floor in the restroom. Mr. Combs hired a cleanup crew. Now, we know that they testified yesterday. His assistant said that, Capricorn Clark She said we had to leave $1,000 at every hotel room every day to clean up all the wax and the baby oil. And he had his own personal cleanup crew. This stuff is like a movie. Little Rod was hired because Diddy's Kids was getting ready to come out with a reality TV show, I think on VH1 or one of those things. And he told Little Rod, film me. One thing they always said, Diddy always walked around with cameras and film because he's a narcissist and he loves to see himself on film. Or that was his moneymaker, right? So he kept saying, film me. Little Rod was making the Love album. He was in the studio making the Love album in LA. He just wanted his money. $50,000. At this time, you were worth $1 billion. Just give me my money. He's so selfish and so cheap. That's why he did this lawsuit. Okay? Ethiopian. This goes all into Ethiopian. You could pull it up and read it yourself. I'm not going to read it. I'm trying to say, is there a mole in the LAPD? You got to file the paperwork, guys. Shout out to all the podcasters. Listen, this is going to be a short one today because I got to go run. I got mommy duty. I'm on cooking duty. I'm on homework duty. I'm on got to get some rest duty. Fighting my cold. I'm so much better, guys. Have you seen me improve since no coughing? I used to be up here like when the Diddy trial started. I was so sick. I said, "Oh my God, how am I gonna do this?" It started from jury selection all through Cassie, and I'm kind of glad because Cassie was so grotesque and graphic. I don't think I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have been sitting here like beep 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 beep. So I'm kind of glad I kind of missed that part. But anyway, guys, you guys following the math with the RICO? Do you see it? Do you see it yet? People are like, DV, I don't see it. The prosecution's weak. And they're laying it up. They got to tie it all together. Make it come around. Stop listening to TMZ. Don't follow all of that. There's tons of podcasters out here. There's tons of them covering this. So anyway, I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I just found you by accident. So thanks, guys. Do you think, I'm going to get ready to go. I've been saying this all the last 2-3 weeks. I kept saying, I want to see them take him and send him to LA prison for the Keefe D trial and the murder of Tupac for the $1 million check that he set for Zimp to start his label, right? But you see how God karma is. Diddy still might, guess what? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm saying it right now. Today is May 28th. 2025, I think they might just transfer him to LA for a state crime. He might just, same like, excuse me. I don't know why I'm eating these. This is making me cough now. Same like they did with R. Kelly. Oh, you in New York? We're not done with you. Send him to Chicago. Oh, we're not done with him. You send him here. Send him there. They might just take Diddy. Okay, we done with this, but before we release you, hold up. There's a state crime in LA for arson or paying off an LAPD mole to destroy evidence with fingerprints. That's what I'm saying. What I think might just happen. Let me know what you guys think. Y'all want to leave with a dance? Now that I done coughed all up in your ear, I appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all, this is so much fun. This has been like so therapeutic. Like, you work and you do stuff. And when you find like a hobby or something, my friends, everybody's working busy and they don't want to hear me run my mouth, but I'm running my mouth. I'm running. All right, we're going to leave with a little music. It's a cooking. If you guys need any recipes, to just go on my playlist. I'll be back. Get you guys caught up. She said, go get these coconut drops. These coconut drops are the bomb. It's like ginger. I can't eat too much. It's like 1 or 2. I'm done. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Ain't gotta go home. I get out of here. When you come tomorrow, bring some food. Let's eat together. I'm a foodie. I am a foodie. Hey guys. Ooh, that thing's kicking my butt. I can take these lashes off now. Guess what? Look. Ow. I can take them off. Ah, till tomorrow. I took them off. I hate lashes. I don't know how people do it. How do you do it? Bye, guys.